Hi all, welcome to the Storyline Ivan Perisic player review 87 rated card, which you get for achieving level 20 for the holiday season. So if you get smash links, would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at GIsALegend. All the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below what level you are at. Obviously level 20 you can have achieved on like Friday, Saturday, but all kind of depends on all the objectives of course. So in terms of the squad that we're rocking up with is just kind of now into our full strength squad. Soria and Jenny are our final changes in this team. So very nice looking card in all honesty. Plus 3 boost to 89 pace, 84 shot, 82 pass, 86 dribbling, 65 defending and 80 physical. And obviously we play him at left wing, full chem. And just to say, when we actually did the review of him, we actually used him in our La Liga squad for objectives. So we were subbing him in once one of our players got a goal, and it just worked from there. So 11 games played, 5 goals, 4 assists. Not bad for a substitute return in all honesty. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, medium work rates, right footed, 6'1" in height, obviously untradeable. And I would say he is not too bad a card. Like, I feel plus 3 upgrade on him is at least decent, but when you compare Michy, but also compare what you get throughout the season, I almost feel like they should have gave a third option. Like, I was always going to do him. The minute I seen Perisic, I was like, oh, that's fits for the team. But in terms of his in-game stats, 87 acceleration, 90 sprint speed. We would put a Hawk on him once we get a Hawk. I haven't actually bothered my backside to buy one. 87 attack positioning, 82 finishing, 88 shot power, 81 long shots, 85 volleys, 79 penalties, 79 vision, 87 crossing, 78 free kicks, 82 short pass, 77 long pass, 76 curve, 80 agility, 77 balance, 82 reactions, 89 ball control, 86 dribbling, 83 composure, 72 interceptions, 83 heading, 67 defence accuracy, 54 stand tackle, 56 slide tackle, 67 aggression, 78 strength, 92 stamina and 87 jumping. Obviously Hawk would improve pace, shooting and physical. I feel those are kind of his main element to improve. But for me, your best comparison really from a left wing perspective is Coman. It pretty much is. When you compare them like to like, that is where you will see the significant difference. If you really want to compare a left wing for Perisic, it is Coman. You can also compare Coutinho if you really wanted to as well. Obviously he's been playing quite central, but he might also get an upgrade with the way he's been playing in Germany. But I would say Perisic is one of these types of cards that, I will be honest, isn't really going to be in teams very long. He might just be a substitute card for a few folk, but he ain't going to be like a be all and end all type card. He isn't that kind of stature of a card. Like, it's like, I remember, was it a couple years ago, he had like, what was it, multiple special cards and like what a team of the season, and that was a disgusting card. Like, if he was central, I think a lot more people would be more appealed to him. But for me, what I found was he gets into the positions perfectly. He he links up play brilliantly. He will do everything that you kind of need of a winger. Like, if you're trying to get into the final third. But I played, and the funny thing is, I played him at striker off the bench, and he worked a treat. I played him in the odd game at left and right wing, but striker was where I was playing him, and he actually worked really well there. Like, obviously the return, you would say 11 games, 5 goals, 4 assists, but sometimes he wasn't coming on till maybe the second half, and sometimes his impact could be quite minimal, but he was linking up beautifully. Like, a really nice card. Like, I will be honest, the chances that I was giving him, if it was Coman, I'll actually be honest, I was missing him with Coman, whereas with Perisic I was taking him, and that's with Coman. I have funnily enough a Hawk on, so it's like, if I put Hawk on Perisic, then I'm going to assume in theory that he will take these chances even more, and like, he's just for me, he felt like something else. He just really does the damage, and like, because you're using an objective squad, it sometimes can make it a little bit tricky. But obviously I was hoping to play him in champs, but because we wanted to get Moy Gomez done and dusted, I thought get some used, get some experience with him, as it were. Like, I was happy. He done the business for me, I felt. So when you kind of look at the team, how long could he last? That is what, like, is he worth grinding to? I would say for my team, obviously he's perfect, but if you are kind of lacking a left winger and you're not too keen on the road to final Coleman, or you're not a fan of, like, want to watch Coutinho, I'm just using Bayern for an example, really. Feel like they're the strongest options. You could, even then, you could consider like Sané, Mane, Hazard, Neymar. I know a lot of folk are Neymar, like a lot of Neymar fans as well. So you've got that kind of like elite tier. Like Perisic is like under it. He's good. I will give him that. He is a very good card, and if you're able to play him at striker as well, I think that's even good. Even better flexibility of the card. I would say, personally, put a hawk on him, and like for me personally in this team, he would last probably a fair amount. And like, obviously, if we didn't necessarily need to go for him, but at the same time, if Michy was an option that we definitely would consider, then I would. Like, Michy for me as an alternative works. Like, if you wanted to go for him, like, Perisic is worth grinding to if he fits your team. And like, I would say what Perisic's downfall is, I only noticed this kind of into quite a few games, was that he does get injury prone. He does get, like, when people do go like, if he just gets brushed off the ball, he does get easily like injury prone. But one thing is, I noticed after the games he wasn't injured, so I didn't have to apply a consumable on him. So it was definitely another one. He was getting injured in game very easily, but you weren't having to apply any injury consumables. But there's very few negatives really with the card. Like I didn't obviously test his. I tested his heading a few times from corners. He was winning them quite nicely. But I think that's when you've got good head and good jumping. Like, I would fundamentally say, for a comparison, like, Coleman for me is like an 8 out of 10. Like, he's a good card, but he lacks a little. And I think for me, what Coleman lacks is where Perisic has, and where I feel Perisic has it is in the physical, he has it in the shooting, and he has it in the passing. Like, yes, he lacks a little pace, but in all honesty, slap a hawk on, or if you're really naughty, you can slap Hunter, Catalyst, whatever it may be, and try and take full advantage of the pace even more. But for me, Perisic, I'm going to say is a good 8.5, maybe even a 9 out of 10 for a card. Like, I would say definitely a fun card to use, and it's pretty lethal when you give him the chance in that final third, or do you play him as a left winger, striker, or right winger. So just to kind of compare the two, because I thought it would be fair. Like, Michy for me, like, when you look at his stats, he's been obviously upgraded quite significantly, and if, like, I would probably say, like, he's the same kind of boat as Perisic. Like, Michy links in a lot of teams easily. Like, you could link him up to Mertens, you can link him up to KDB, you can link him up to Hazard. All Michy needs is a hawk on him. So that's what I would say. But I know a few people will get reviews up. I think Kieran SFF's getting a review sorted of Michy in due course, and he may say the same. Like, that's the way I would look at it from Michy's point of view. Like, it's just needing a hawk on him, and obviously in Perisic's case it's the same rules. But both fun cards. It's just a pity there wasn't a third card as another alternative, because I feel like you're kind of limited a little bit. But still, for 20 odd days of grinding, fairly straightforward. We've obviously still got 10 days to work with, but hopefully you enjoyed this, folks. So let me know in the comments down below who you're going to grind to if you're going to go for it. Smash the like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at @GIsLegend. Take it easy all, thanks for watching it, and I'll catch you all later.